longer, Spence, as you notice, because I just wanted to capture the moment.
Yeah.
Because that's a fucked up moment. You looking at one of your idols or like someone, they said he gonna die, and you like, nah, man. All the kid knows is lost, Spence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that's fucked up. And he's like, he's gonna be good with us. I was like, all right, man, but like, give him a couple more months.
Yeah. And also, it was nice that Roger was really being like, told George, like, hey, you got to keep him in the game. You got to keep him in. It's like, yeah, he's like, he threw like 100 and something pitches. Yeah, his arm's tired, but like, he needs to finish this game because this is
This is it.
literally the last
He won't make it till
time
next season. It's
he's
done.
going to be on the field.
Yeah.
Last time. Yeah. So.
Yep. Which leads us into our next scene.
Yeah. And so now we have it to where George is about to take out he's about to take him out, little Mel Tony Danza. He's about to take him out, but Roger's saying like he needs something to believe. He needs something. And so he goes up to the plate, talks to Mel. I ain't got nothing left. I ain't got nothing
I'm
left.
dead, man.
And I got an angel looking at you right now. He's with you. And
Bro,
of
that's
course,
deep.
you know,
that shit. Let someone say that shit to me. I have goosebumps.
Yeah. The writing on this movie, impeccable. Impeccable. Also, Danny Glover's acting about it, just he's so subtle about it. He's like, I got an angel with you right now.
Right now, Bobby.
Right now, Bobby. So your name is Mel, but Bobby.
I got the angel name of Bobby.
No, he's talking now. And then we see everybody in the crowd in the stadium doing the angel wings, saying that an angel is there right there, just enough to push him to throw that last pitch, right? They just need one strike. One strike. That's it. And of course, Mel, he throws it and he catches the last out, and he's the hero of the town. He goes out on top. I think that when we talk about belief and we have a system or some people behind us that believe in us, that we can get through that last pitch, that we can keep on going, even though we feel like we are tired, we're done, we don't want to do this anymore. I think having those people behind us push us to go even further and be better. Some people rely on competition to keep on going and to be better. That's fair, but slightly unhealthy, right? I see it as unhealthy because you're not going to have competition all the time in your life. And if you try to make competition all the time, how are you going to have friends? How are you going to have people around you if you're always going to be competing? You can't. Somebody like Mel, who knows that this is his last time on the field, even though he doesn't know he's dying. He knows that this is the last time on the field because he's getting older. And baseball and any sports in general, once you hit that mark, you know when you're done. You look at athletes all the time and they say, I knew that this was my time to go.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. But let's talk about that belief system and the people that help us to kind of push us to go further in whatever we're doing. When you are talking to your clients, how do you talk to them to have this belief system, even though they might not have people in their lives yet?
Yep.
But how do you talk to them to get those people in their lives to help believe in them?
It's a hustle. I start off with myself. I see it, kid. I see it in you. You can do it. Or maybe you think I'm lying to you, or maybe you think it's my job. It ain't my job to tell you I see something in you that's worth it. That you got the stuff what it takes. You've got the charisma, the intelligence, whatever it is that you think you're missing, you actually do have it. We just got to dig and find it. And then we're good. If I believe in folks, that's sometimes just enough. Then I can usually get them connected with other people, Spence, and then it just builds. It builds and it builds. It's kind of like the previous scene. You start getting some of these wins. You all start getting that magic, that mojo, that momentum. Now you're believing. Now you're like, oh shit, we can do this. Now you start to make them plays. Now you start to get more athletic. Now you're actually sliding, stealing bases. You're like, holy shit, I got some swag. That's what it's about. It's getting that, what I call Uncle Mo momentum on your back, man. It's about taking that and just going the distance. And sometimes you just need one good person in your corner, and that can take you the distance, or that one good person leads to a bunch of other awesome opportunities. Belief is a sumbitch. It can get you through anything. If you look at the old book, I'm going to mess it up. Dr. Frankel, I'll call it like that. Psychiatrist and Nazi camps. And he wrote his book, right? How he was watching people die and get slaughtered. And he said, as soon as their brain goes, they would be gone. Their bodies would be gone. They would just die. Go ahead.
Hold on. Was he a Nazi? Or
No.
Okay. Just want to make that clear for people.
Jewish.
Like, he wasn't a Nazi.
He was in the Nazi camps. No. So he was one of the Jews locked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's Viktor Frankl. One of the number one selling books, pretty much like therapeutic books, not self-helpy, but just talking about the mind. It's called The Search for Man's Meaning, I think. Man's Meaning, or The Search for Man's Meaning. And it's all about, if you can believe, you can get to it. I told the students the other day, I said, as soon as your mind goes, your body will go. As long as your mind is staying sharp and you're using this to win, and you got people in your corner like me, other folks, but Spencer just identified, I identified, you can push through some stuff. I think you touched on it magnificently. So I'm gonna actually do a small pivot, because I thought you handled that topic perfectly. What I liked about this scene is after. So right, this is magnificent when you talked about. I like the after even better. Okay. Not only does he succeed, and he's old and right, but that piece of shit in the stands. Right. The announcer guy. What was that guy's name?
Ranch Wilder.
You got that shitty ass, uppity ass white guy in your brain. You suck. Take him out of there. This isn't a good play here, folks. And then the owner has to shut the radio off. Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was talking to a student, Spence, and he wants us to check out a scene from it's called Sense8. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. I've heard of that one. Yep.
Me too. He said specifically there's a depression-like monster or antagonist that whispers these horrible things into the people's minds. You're worthless. Kill yourself. And I said this to students, that voice, it's always whispering to most of us. Very softly. Like penetrating and like just kind of osmosis into your body. Like, you're never going to do it. And you'll never amount to anything. You're going to die a nobody. And my boy was like, holy shit. And I've known this boy for a long time. He's the one that got us to do pods on a couple other things. And so I said, all right, me and Spence will check it out.
Yeah.
But that Ranch Wilder is that voice that we all have. And we can choose to listen to it, or you can make a change and not. So like that owner says, hey, man, you're fired.
You're fired. You can't fire me. I'm Ranch Wilder.
And that's what your depression or anxiety is going to say, Spence. It's going to say that.
Right.
You some bitch, you going to die without me. No, man, you the poison that's killing me. I don't need you. Just like that toxic relationship you're in, or maybe the trauma that you're in from childhood, whatever. You don't need that shit no more. So my kids, well, I can't let my parent, this person fully go. Oh, yeah, you can. Till they start treating you right. Yeah, you can. Well, how I'm going to get money? I'll get you financial aid right now. I just need you to go to the lawyers on campus, sign a few papers. I'll write a form. You go be claimed, as the independent. We'll get you financial aid and you start your shit. Let's go. Well, that's a whole lot to do now. So I say, hey, you saying you got nothing but excuses. Excuses like assholes. Everybody got them and they stink.
They sure do.
They sure do.
Unless you lick them.
Lick it like them.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Why do you think is it that these depressive thoughts whisper? Why are they whispering? Why aren't they yelling? Why aren't they screaming at you?
Some folks it is.
Or do they?
So,
Okay.
Some folks it is. Some folks is a very loud, penetrative voice. I feel like most of my clients they talk to, it's always in the background subtly. When they do something good, subtly you suck. They finally brush their teeth or get out of bed. Hey, remember you suck. Hey, they finally they put on some nice clothes or they get like a B plus and like, remember you suck. It could have been an A. It's always that subtle reminder. You're not good enough. You never will be.
Right.
And then for some folks, it is a demented scream. It is the big bag boogeyman. It is the Joker's laugh. No, not the Joker's laugh. Let's go the Green Goblin's laugh. The Green Goblin's laugh, just penetrating. Here we go. It is from Jessica Jones. Well, the British guy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, he was like a he was like a whisper or some shit like that.
He would hear the voices and he would yell, Jessica. That shit gave me PTSD, bro. Jessica.
Yeah, that dude, real good.
David Tennant. Is that his name? David Tennant.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it is. Let me.
Yeah, Jesse, who's also in Good Omens. I think it's David Tennant.
Oh yeah, Good Omens. Oh, he's so good. I love that guy.
Oh, he's magnificent.
David Tennant.
Yep. And so that's what for some people it is that. For me, it's not. For most of my clients, it's not. It's more that whisper, that just incessant voice. It's just, hey, don't forget, homie. When you get home and you think you had a good day at work, remember you're a piece of shit. You know. Again, my take, my experience with clients. But one of my boys validated it and then said Sense8 would be a magnificent pod to do on that. What's up?
Do you think for that voice, do you think it's about quieting that voice so that it's not even talking to you anymore? Or is it about being able to live with that voice every day and where you kind of ignore it in a way? It's not about silencing it, but it's also about just making sure like it's there, but you're also just knowing it's not going to affect you at all.
It's both. Imagine a wavelength. So you got a board in the middle. Imagine you got a chalkboard, right? And in the middle of it, there's a line. You got a wavelength that's huge. It almost takes up the entire board. That's that loud negative voice. It overwhelms any of the positive ones, which is really narrow, very thin. So you got this, it just eats and collapses all the good things that add up. All you see is the negativity. All you hear is, right? It's like Miss Pac-Man. It's just getting gobbled up. What you try to do is make this one a little bit narrower, and then you try to widen the good voices. So that way, just subtly, it's a little bit bigger. And now you can actually finally hear the good things that are being said. Maybe it's you saying good things. Maybe it's family members. Maybe you're actually able to sit in your accomplishments for the first time instead of, oh, remember you suck. It's a whisper, but the whisper is louder than the actual good things. The next thing is to just know that this is going to be your partner for a while. So accepting that depression or self-hatred is always going to kind of be riding shotgun, but you can make it quieter, and also you can make him or they, her, irrational. They can be that little just fucking stool pigeon just sitting there, and you're like, oh man, you must be hungry. Eat a Snickers. You don't have control over me. I'm thinking of like Genie when he gets sucked back into the bottle. Like, man, don't make me put your ass back in the bottle now. Remember that you have control. So understanding that it's going to be a little partner with you. Like my brokenness, told a young man today. I said, homie, you're broken and it's fine. And we talked about my fruit analogy when it comes to damaged fruit and sweetness and still nutritious. You don't just throw away an apple with a dent in it. Not when you're starving. And I said, you're dealing with a really fucked up and damaged therapist sitting in front of you. But I think today we did good work. I think I made you feel better. So am I worthless? He said, no, you're not, sir. I said, well, there you go. I helped you out today. You're going to help yourself out moving forward. All this trials and tribulations are momentary. But know that little anxiety that you got, generalized anxiety, is probably going to follow you for a while. Stop hating it. The more you hate it, the more woe is me, the more control it gives you, Spence, and the louder it gets. So now my boy panics about panicking. As soon as we get rid of that shame, that guilt, that anger, that why God me, things start to get better. It takes time. It's all a process. Always goes back to the Joel Embiid thing. Trust the process. Trust the process.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for giving us that visual on that. I think that's going to help out a lot of people. Just seeing it, Pac-Man. Um, then we have our last scene here. Actually, you know what? No, we don't. I'm going to go to the scene where we're talking with George and they're in the car, right?
Yeah.
Um, so with this scene, um, this was after Roger finds out that his dad is not going to be taking care of him, even though the Angels are about to win the pennant,
Yep.
right? So that promise or that after he said that, if the Angels win the pennant, then I'll probably, take care of you. Didn't happen. Dad leaves him at like childcare. Now he's part of the state. And um, so now we have this scene with George, and he's saying about how his father didn't take care of him and his brothers when they were growing up, and that this pain that you have to kind of let go of it, or you can't let it eat you, or else you're going to become like me. Because although the scenes that we've shown have George being a really good mentor and a really good coach, he wasn't that in the beginning of the movie. He
Yep. Too
wasn't
true.
that, right? And I like this movie because it progresses his character, George, to that he's learning and he's being part of a family now and a team. And he's not just an individual person. We see that when he's an individual person, he
Miserable.
is unhappy and
Miserable.
he's miserable, right? But then once he starts becoming a team, once he starts becoming a family, he gets a lot happier and he becomes a better coach, a better mentor, and a better person for their community because now he's also helping these boys play baseball. Um, I thought this was a great scene because it gives us that look that he has self-awareness in himself, that he sees that he has not been a good person, but he's trying to be a good person now.
That's all it's about, brother.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop!